Welcome everybody to today's webinar. My name is Michael Glassford. I'm an attorney. I do trust and estate planning work with folks in Utah, and I have some options for folks all around. So you can always talk to me about that. But today I'm talking about the Super App, and you can see on the screen the presentation says the life you've always wanted. So that's a really big promise or a really big claim to use an app and get the life you've always wanted. So let me preface that. There are many tools out there that, if used correctly, you can change how your life is operated and really find success with execution of tools in your life or systems. And the reason I say that is 3.5 years ago, I went through a similar process with a different tool. I was 375 pounds and really, according to the doctors, morbidly obese. I was going to die a fat person, and it was literally killing me. And I was exercising and running and doing all the things, and none of those things were bringing the results that I needed, which was to be healthier. And so I was not living the life that I wanted to live. I was limited in what I could do and how I could do it and how I could enjoy it. And so I was introduced to weight loss surgery. And one of the things that they stressed as I went through all of the training and all of the preparation was that this weight loss surgery is a tool. You're going to have to change your mindset. You're going to have to change your relationship with food. You're going to have to change how you eat and how you drink and how you really manage your day. And I was ready to do those things and create a system around the tool. And at the end of that experience, well, I'm not at the end. I'm right in the middle of it. 3.5 years later, I've lost 150 pounds, and I really have changed my life. And I do really live the life that I wanted to live when I was less healthy then, and now that I'm here, I'm still trying to become more healthy. But it was all around that tool of the weight loss surgery. So I share that story with you because I do believe that the Super App, the Life app, is another tool that I have used in my life. I've been using the Super App for the last 6 months, and I can share a testimony on that as well. It's become my secret weapon. It's become my little battery pack of positivity, and I'll talk about that as we go through the presentation. So I'm excited that you're here. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments. I'm broadcasting from Zoom, so I can't necessarily see your Facebook comments, but I can get back to them later and talk to you on the side. If you have any questions, if there's any point in the presentation you want to reach out to me, the link, the www.thesuperapp.net, takes you to my website, and you can reach me through those channels. So let's start at the beginning here and then talk about the life you've always wanted. So we have issues in our life, and sorry, my computer just likes to bing a lot. A big issue in our life that a lot of us give credence to, or a lot of us maybe don't even think about, but we are, for the most part, bucket carriers. You see this graphic on the left side of the bucket. What is that? Why am I calling you a bucket carrier? I'm a bucket carrier, and that means that we trade our time for money. We go to work, we trade our time for money, and we carry that money home in a bucket. And the bucket doesn't come home unless we go to work. And we're dependent upon that system to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and our families. And then you see on the left side there, it says ENS. And by the way, this quadrant comes from Robert Kiyosaki in the Cash Flow Quadrant book that he wrote. But ENS is employee and self-employed. And I fall into the self-employed category. And I think about 90% of us fall on that left side of the chart, where we're taking home our income in buckets. And we're trading our time for dollars, and we're missing things because we're obviously at work and we're not doing the things that we might want to be involved in children's recitals and practices and plays and travel and service, all the things that we really set out to do in our life that take a side step because we don't have the time to do them. Now on the right side of that quadrant is BNI, business owner and investor. We won't talk a lot about investing at this time, but those two are pipeline incomes. They are businesses and streams of revenues, assets that we've created to make sure that the money's coming in whether we're at work or not. And we're always maintaining the pipeline and taking care of it, but the asset's going to pay dividends because of our work setting it up rather than our time in it. Does that make sense? So this is the situation that we find ourselves in, and really only 10% of the world is on that right side. And the question becomes, how do we get over there? Because 10% of the world controls about 90% of the assets. 90% of us control about 10%. See, that's a little lopsided to my liking. And this is what's going on. It's the 45-year plan. It's the financial matrix. It's whatever you want to call it. Some may call it the American dream. I think it's becoming the American nightmare. But you see the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics put out this graph, and it changes a little bit from year to year, but it's pretty much the same. And it's this: we're told to get an education. Education's amazing. Are told to go get a job, and we do that. And about age 30, 35, we peak. We ride this long plateau. Well, why is that? Well, we get raises, so we should be, continuing to increase. But there's this secret tax called inflation, and our raises don't necessarily put us above the inflation mark, and we plateau. And then at the age of 65 or whatever that magic age is of retirement, we're asked to live on half to a third of what we used to live on. And let's face it, that probably was never enough. And now we're going to live our glory years in bliss and security on a third to a half of what we used to make. And when people stop feeling relevant, they actually begin dying off. So, 18 months of peace and bliss, that's just not the life plan that I want. So we fall into this category of our reality versus our wants. And what does that look like? And so in order to get what we want, we've fallen into this trap that we need to expand our reality by creating credit and using debt to get the things that we want. But what does that really do to our want category? It really shrinks our ability to meet our dreams. And so like a muscle, when we stop dreaming, that muscle atrophies, and we stop even thinking about the things that we want, because now we expanded our reality to go on that trip or go on that cruise or buy that car, and now we have that one thing, but all of our time and energy is now devoted to paying that thing off. And so all of a sudden we don't have time to dream anymore because we're paying for that one event or that one item, and we find ourselves trapped in that. Versus in reality, if we build financial freedom, if we eliminate debt and we eliminate credit spending and we do things to increase our asset column on that right side and create pipeline income, then all of a sudden our wants become larger and more available. We have the time, we're debt free, we can travel, we can feel that security, spend time with our family and church and give service, give back. And that's not to say that we don't give service when, at any stage of our life, but when we're in a better financial situation, we can always give more service. And that's exciting. So Charles Schwab says, success all comes down to the customer demand. Build something you would want to use yourself and recommend to your mother. That always makes me chuckle. But really, that's the idea. So what is it that I'm recommending to my mother? In fact, I did, and she's using it. It's the Life Super App. And like I said at the very beginning, this is a tool that you can use to really live the life you wanted. And it breaks into 3 categories: have fun, make money, and make a difference. So let's talk about the have fun section. The first thing that you'll notice when you log on to the Super App, you pay $30 a month for the subscription. And the very first thing you notice is all of a sudden, right at the top of the screen, you'll have a $30 trip credit. Well, you're like, well, I just paid $30 and they gave me a $30 trip credit. So I guess I'm not really out anything, right? Because you can use that trip credit with Thing or Two Travel, which is associated with Priceline, and you can get up to 65% off of what the Priceline discount is. So we're talking deep discounts on travel, hotel, flight, and car rental, to really start doing some of those things that we've been prohibited from doing because of cost. So that's fun to be able to do that. And it's also fun to be able to see an immediate return on your investment, that you're 30 in and you're 30 out. So in my business mind, I'm like, all right, I'm zeroed out. So how can I now start profiting from this thing? And that's the make money section of the app. And it's really divided into three categories. It's a platform. Are you familiar with that term, platform? Um, I'll say some business names that are platforms, and maybe you've heard of them. I don't know, they're kind of small, but Amazon, Facebook, um, Twitter, these are platforms, and they're billion-dollar industries, and they've been around a long time, and they're not really going away anytime soon. The app is a platform, and it's broken into three categories: the merchant, the marketplace, and the main products. The merchant platform is an opportunity to, like Airbnb and Uber, connect retail shoppers with retail stores and bring them together. And in that relationship, because the app has brought us together, retail stores have agreed to give the customers cash back. So, I'm not that much of a shopper. When I go to the store, I have like my plan. I go up and down this aisle, up and down this aisle to the cash register, out, I'm done. That's how I shop. And I haven't really changed my shopping habits. But now with the app, I know as I'm running that gauntlet, I'm just like, I have a smile on my face because I know I'm going to get money back at the end of this for the stuff that I was going to buy anyways. So on the cash back, on the merchant side, there's all sorts of large businesses that you're shopping at anyways, like Disney, Sephora, Ulta, Home Depot, Lowe's, lots of restaurants, lots of places that we're spending money anyways, Burger King, um, just to name a few. And then don't forget about coupons and Groupon. That's on the merchant side of things. You can use coupons, stack that with the cash back. And so, for example, I was at Jiffy Lube and I used the 15% off coupon because the app becomes like that aggregated coupon collector. And have you ever been in the store and seen someone pull out their little coupon wallet and they're going through and they're handing the coupons to the person at the check stand because they collected all those coupons? That's a lot of work that I would probably never do. But the app has done that for me, and I just pull up the app and search the coupons. And I'm like, hey, there's a 15% coupon here at Jiffy Lube. So I used that, and then I got, I think it was the Jiffy Lube's 8.1% cash back, but I used my e-wallet, so I got another 4%. So that's 12.1% cash back. I made $10 on the transaction, plus I saved about $24 from the coupon. So I made $34 in that one transaction at Jiffy Lube. That's exciting. And then, don't forget Groupon. We don't even need to explain that, but you can get cash back on your Groupon purchases as well. So that's all there in the merchant side. Then the marketplace side is really akin to the third-party selling that goes on Amazon, where we've gone out and we've found some really amazing products, and they're for sale on marketplace. This Zoom presentation is coming to you through my membership on the marketplace. Normally, this Zoom Enterprise account is $200 plus. I paid $10 on the marketplace, and I have access to this amazing software and feature that I can talk to my clients and to you right now. So I'm already hundreds of dollars ahead just from that one transaction, let alone the trip credits, let alone everything else that I use the app for. That's exciting. And the really cool thing about being a platform is if there's something that's a product that's hot and everyone wants, it can go on the platform. And if it stops being hot and everybody doesn't want it, like that Nokia phone that used to play Snake with was like the hottest game, or the hottest phone, but now it's just gone. So that can come off the platform just as easily as it can go on. So we don't have to put our name behind any more product. We sell a platform. You find the products that you want. And then finally, Life as a company, spent the first 7 years of their existence becoming leadership experts. And their two founders, Chris Brady and Orrin Woodward, are listed in the top 50 of the most influential speaker and leaders in the world, according to Inc. magazine. And some of the people on that list are dead. So it's a pretty prestigious list. They and the company are leadership experts teaching leadership, entrepreneurship, and financial responsibility. So all that information, all those audios, all that wealth of information is available on the app. So the app becomes a little university in your pocket, I like to say, or appiversity. So those are the three areas of the app where you can actually make money with the app. And when you share the app with a friend, when you're a customer, you share the app and you get another 10 trip credits. So you're actually getting incentivized to share something that you probably would share anyways because it's awesome. Let's just face it. And then the final part of the app is make a difference. So a part of the subscription, besides the travel, besides the platform, is these products that Life has made. One is the financial fitness program, and there's a lot of programs out there. Like there's the programs that say defense, defense, save, 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 and then there's the programs that say offense, go and take high risks for high rewards. This program teaches you defensive and offensive strategies so you can have a balanced portfolio and really get yourself out of debt and start living in a more fiscal responsible way, but you're not doing that at the sacrifice of dreams. You're actually building financial responsibility to do more in your life. And so that is a really awesome feature. I think that sells for $140, but it comes free as on the subscription to the Super app. Then Rascal Radio is just my secret weapon. You know, I jump on Rascal Radio and I listen to about 2 to 3 audios a day while I'm driving or while I'm working in the garden or whatever. You know, when I can be listening to something and instead of listening to a TV or a radio or you know, a live stream of some kind, I listen to Rascal Radio and I can plug in and learn about family or marriage relationships or personal development, business relationships. Whatever interest I have, there's a place for it on Rascal Radio, and I can be plugging into that. And I call it my battery pack of positivity because I listen to about 3 of those, and you know, all of my self-doubt, all of my negative emotions that have built up over the day, they just melt away, and I'm able to go out and do the things that I want to do, and really be the person and be the business owner that I want to be because Rascal Radio and the audios that I listen to give me that strength, that inner strength. So when you can make a difference, when you're in a position to do that and you're financially free, then you can go out and do more and really go out into the world and make a difference and help people. So the Super app, like I'm talking about, it's you become a customer for $30 a month, and it comes with all the things that are on the screen. And there's 2 asks that I would ask today. So we can get things rolling for you. If you want to become a customer, you can jump on the website and there's a button for how to become a customer. Just try it out. The Super app comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you jump in and you try it out and you taste all the things and you just don't like it, you can actually email them and get your money back, no questions asked. Or you can just cancel your subscription. At the end of the month, your subscription can run out. Whatever is best for you, you can do it. But if you're in the Salt Lake area, here's my second ask or remembrance this week. There is a live convention that's happening in the Salt Lake area it's a 3-day convention for, I think it's, if you're brand new, it can be anywhere between $140 to $160. If you're available this weekend, reach out to me and let's make sure that you can go to that because this is where you're going to learn about the Super app, but you're going to learn about the business side of things if that's something that's interesting to you. If you're not available for the convention, which I would strongly recommend going, but you just want to reach out to me and talk to me about the business side of things, you can definitely do that as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to answering any of your questions, and we will see you next time.